Shinobi 3 is one of the best platformers of all time. This game is the apex of what it means to be a platformer. It's at the very top of its class in all categories. Outstanding physics, fast movement, solid mechanics, epic bosses, and a perfect balance between challenging and fair. This is one of the best games of the entire generation. There is no question. Why? Why? For the love of Christ, just let me go. Stop blocking me in with these enemy barricades, these enemy gauntlets. Stop. It's not hard. There's no skill required. It's just wasting my time. You feel what I'm saying? Just let me fucking go. If there was something where I could actually turn my brain on and do it, then yeah, it might be a little bit fun. But no, it's tedious. You know what I'm saying? Just let me go. Is it just me? Am I asking a lot here? You know, I'm just mashing one button. They've given you 20 fucking mechanics to use, but you don't need them. You literally just mash X and you win. It's that simple. It's that simple.
I'll make a decision soon.
Oh no.
Okay, let's see if we can pull it together for the final verdict, and I'm trying not to sound like a total asshole and try to even remember what I just played. It's 9 in the morning. These are our immediate thoughts after a blind in one sitting playthrough of Shinobi Art of Vengeance. Final clear time was 10 hours, 47 minutes. Yeah, the game was literally beaten like, 3-4 minutes ago? So, where to begin? Okay, basically Shinobi. So, for one, Shinobi Art of Vengeance. What is Shinobi Art of Vengeance? Is it an action platformer? Is it a puzzle game? What is it? No, it's neither of those things. It's a Metroidvania. Shinobi Art of Vengeance is a Metroidvania, but it's not a Metroidvania in this classic sense. It is a series of 13 to 14 stages, where the majority of the stages, as in at least 2/3 of the stages, are their own contained Metroidvania map. Except the problem is, it doesn't get it quite right. It doesn't have any of the appeal of a classic Metroidvania game. Because in a Metroidvania game, what's the idea? The idea is you have a massive open world map. You have a lot of areas where you have places that are locked off to you, and you must backtrack and explore and find secrets and unlock abilities to progress forward. And that's the satisfaction. The satisfaction is discovering secrets, unlocking abilities, and progressing through a large world. That's it. Except the problem with these maps are, they're labyrinthian. They're very large, and there's not much going on in them. Let me guess, money? No, a shop token. Wow. Good stuff. Okay, where are we? Where are we going? Checkpoint right here. No, that's... Oh, dude. Bro, they looped me to the beginning. Oh my god, bro. Okay, why though? They're hollow. You'll go through large sections where there's hardly any enemies. The enemies have no hitboxes. You can just run right through them. Hell yeah, let's go. Sick. Yo. They're already easy to avoid. You know, even if they had hitboxes, they would be easy to avoid. But without a hitbox, it's just nothing. You just literally run through the entire level. Do you know what I'm saying? Nah, I believe it. I'm serious. And yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, with modern games, it's almost becoming like the word woke. Remember when people started saying woke, and then it just got abused, and it got wore out like an old shoe? The word woke, and now you kind of hear it trailing off. That's what I feel like this whole thing about modern gaming. You know, like, I don't want to overuse the word because I feel cringe jumping on the bandwagon. But really, dude, it's just brain dead. This game is brain dead. I'm serious. I'm having less fun playing this than Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. Now, granted, we're only on level 3 or 4 out of maybe 12 or 13 levels. But so far, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. The labyrinthian paths, unlike a traditional Metroidvania, there's only one path that gets you out of the level. All the other paths lead to a dead end. No way. No way, look! Like, bro, they already gave you a shop earlier, right? We don't need another shop. But not only that, look, they sent you on this whole path up here and it literally just dead ends into a shop. Yeah, basically the point being, like, why? You know, we just got a shop. It's just like almost like they just do it. It's just like, you know, I don't know. We're good. We're moving on. And at that dead end is currency that you can spend in the shop, or like these tokens that allow you to buy more items in the shop. Okay, let's try actually go this way. Okay, so we did all that extra work for this reward. Let's see what we get. So we went the wrong way to beat the level. Maybe it's a max life upgrade. No, it's a shop token. It's a shop token.
Bruh.
You can find these special challenge areas. The blasphemous style, you have to face a gauntlet of enemies. This symbol's the mark of the Ruse's elite squadrons. Okay, we encountered this in the last level, but I skipped it because it wasn't mandatory. Shatter the symbol to challenge them to battle, but be warned, the elite are especially powerful. It may be wisest to return you to when you're stronger. You know, maybe we'll do it and just see what we get. You know what? Fuck it. They gave you a checkpoint right here. Let's try it. Let's beat the elite squad, see if we can. Okay. Most stages have 3 elite squads awaiting you. Defeat them all and... Oh my god. Bro, I'm not killing all 3 of those squads. I'm good. And when they lead you on the wrong paths, the ones that don't get you to the end, they don't always end in a dead end, but a lot of times they'll just kind of loop you back around and get you back to where you were before. So the point of okay, here's the thing. The game is so easy that there's no motivation for you to explore these large maps. You don't need to. Why would you? Why the hell would you explore and go search for all this shit that you don't need? You don't need any of it. Literally, we blasted through all these levels and had minimal trouble. This is from Shinobi 3. This exact thing happened in Shinobi 3, but and it's actually in Shinobi 3, it's one of the hardest levels in Shinobi 3. This thing they're taking for right now. The least they could do is program the enemies to at least come to where I am. There, I hit him, okay? The only time the game poses an even moderate challenge is when they lock you in enemy gauntlets, where they will lock the screen in place, like Doom Eternal or Blasphemous or something like that. They will lock you in place, they make you defeat waves of enemies, you finish, and then they let you move forward. And then that's rinse and repeat. That's 2/3 of the entire game. It's put you in a labyrinthian Metroidvania map with only real one way out, put a bunch of locked doors in place, make you wander all around through a vacant, hollow map with minimal challenge, while occasionally locking you into waves of enemies in what is really brain-dead combat, because there are so many mechanics in this game. There are more mechanics in this game than Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. There are even more. Every button on that controller does something. And the problem is those mechanics really, again, it's almost like a copy review of Ragebound, where the game is so easy that you don't need to use the majority of the mechanics to get through. You'll find one, like me, I use the basic attack. You've got a basic attack, you got a power attack, and you have a downward kick. And that gets you through almost everything, really, because you can juggle enemies in this game. So again, getting back to the point of the maps, it's just like, what's the point? I don't care to explore all your shit because I'm not going to do all this extra work just to upgrade my character when it's just not even necessary. It's not. And those maps aren't fun. Hey, a switch. Okay, very good. What is the point of any of this? Like, you know, I sound like Jerry Seinfeld, actually. I don't like that. Let's just shut up. Like, get a vibe for both of them. And welcome to the channel. Playing this game for almost 3 hours. Do you think this is something? Hold up. I got you. This game is empty and hollow. Look at it. Look what it is. I mean, there's nothing here for you to do, for the most part. There's a couple sections and levels so far that have been really fun. I'll give it credit, but by and large, this is what you're doing most of the game. Just empty, nothing to do, just stupid switches to hit. Oh wow, you unlocked this area. Oh cool. Now I can get through. Are there new challenges for me to complete as a player? To get back to where I was? No, just enemies with no hitboxes you can run right through. Oh sick, I can't wait to do this for 7 hours. You feel me? Okay, we hit another switch. What's this one do? Oh cool, it makes me backtrack again. Hope these enemies don't kill me. Oh man. Okay, let's hit this one. You see what I'm saying? I know I'm not taking crazy pills here. I know I'm not. But like, okay, what I'm saying is like, dude, shut the I'm trying to pause the game. Like, do you see though in that last section, we had to hit all those levers, right? They made me do that like 5 or 6 times. But why? You feel me? It's like they put like maybe 3 enemies down there that you can avoid with literally 0 effort. But it took that one little area and it made it last like 4 times as long. But why? Do you feel me? Do you feel me? Let's go. They're not good Metroidvania maps. They're just not. They're boring. They're boring to play. And they're long. They're very, very long. How the hell do we get this thing? Do we have to break this door first or what? I guess so. What was the point? What was the point? Like, okay, I'm serious. You hit the switch. Okay, you hit the switch. Then you gotta push this thing. Oh, you gotta push this thing all the way over, right? It's slow. Look at it. It's laborious, right? But not a huge deal. Whatever. Then it drops on this door here, just to drop you down, just to make you hit another switch. Just to drop one of these to actually open the real door. Why? It didn't add anything to the game. I know it's just one example, but when you add it to a bunch of other things that add padding and length to the game, it starts becoming a real problem. Now, the game does have parts where it does shine. The boss fights are good, and they are fun, and they present a reasonable challenge. They're not what I would call brutal by any stretch, but they're absolutely challenging enough to be fun. The game also has, weirdly, the game has several auto-scrolling sections, and that's really where the game's honestly the most fun. That and the boss fights. Those auto-scrolling sections are really good, and they're really fun. You gotta be fast. Some of them are kind of lame, but you know, they're, by and large, they're pretty cool. Probably one of the biggest highlight levels of the game is when you're on the surfboard. And that's a legit hard. Like, that was hard to get through. Like, it took me, I don't know, what, like 15 minutes to beat that in one level? It was an optional level, even. It just told me I was going to get an upgrade. And then it turned out it gave me a maximum life upgrade, so it was worth it. So anyway, back to the point. There are good levels in this game. Shinobi Art of Vengeance is at its best when it is giving you traditional platforming challenges and letting the player just run free and beat the levels how he or she chooses. That's when it's at its best. Unfortunately, that is not the majority of this game. That is maybe, like I said, a third of the game. The rest of the game is just tedious, laborious, labyrinthian mazes with regurgitated enemies. And anyway, I'm going to start getting into the parameters. Might as well go through the parameters. But overall, the broad strokes, Shinobi Art of Vengeance is a ridiculously easy game, way overloaded with way too many mechanics that the player's not even going to need to use the majority of them to get through. It's very long. It's a very boring game, and by and large, really, just honestly only broken up by some occasionally really fun levels. So there's the broad strokes of Shinobi Art of Vengeance. I'm sure I'll miss some of the details, but whatever. Because I'm so tired, bro. It's like the game sucked the life out of me. Controls. Okay, yeah, so let's get the parameters up real quick. The controls. The controls in the game are excellent. They're very good. They work just like they're supposed to work, and I had no complaints. They're really good. In fact, in most of these modern retro-style games, the controls are usually really on point. In almost all of them. I can't remember the last time I played a modern retro game that had bad controls, really. Like, the controls are on lock. There's a lot of buttons to use. Like I said, you use almost every button. Actually, just to look, you use all 4 triggers. You use all 4 face buttons. You use the select to go into your map, and you use the start to pause the game, and use the analog stick. Use every single button. They're well placed. They're easy to learn. It's good. 10. Level design. Poor. Boring. Hollow. Empty. Just large sections of the game where there's nothing going on, just you navigating mazes. Really. Like I said, the game is so ridiculously easy. The enemies don't even have hitboxes. You run right through them. Or just jump over them. There's not that many of them. You just kind of go. You're just really... The goal isn't really the combat in most of the game. Can you believe it? The goal is to get through mazes. Really. And so the level design is just ultimately boring. Like I said, they actually have good Kaizo-style levels, especially towards the end. There's a specific level, which is the castle level, which is legitimately challenging platforming. I guess we should be careful so we don't get sent back even farther. Yeah, actually, I should shut the hell up and play good for a second. Oh my god! Ooh. They give you decent checkpoints, but you do have to play well, or you're not going to make it. And like I said, the surfboard level was good, and there's some other sections that have some Kaizo-style sections in them. You know, like I said, when Shinobi's doing its traditional platforming stuff and letting the player play in the old-school Shinobi way, it's great. But unfortunately, that's the minority of the gameplay, sadly. And so ultimately, the level design, the problem really is those mazes are so long and they're so boring and they're not fun. They're not fun.
Oh shit! It's a waiting section. Remember those types of levels in Mario Maker?
Yep, just thinking that. I don't get it. And I give the level design really a 3. I don't know what they were thinking. This is not a Shinobi game. Well, who in God's name thought that it was a good idea to take Shinobi and turn it into like this wannabe Metroidvania, but yet they didn't quite get it right concept? I don't understand that. It's really frustrating, especially for, like, me personally. I'm a fan of Shinobi, so that pissed me off. Enemy boss design. Okay, well, enemies. They regurgitate enemies all the time. These enemies, dude, where to begin? So, enemy variety. There is not much. There is some enemy variety, but many enemies are repeated many times. You'll be seeing a lot of enemies from towards the beginning of the game that you're going to be seeing towards the end. Because they love to lock you in encounters, those forced encounters, and they like to do it so often, you are going to be seeing the same enemies a lot, and you're going to be defeating a lot of waves of them over and over. So, while you're trying to navigate these large mazes and figure out where the hell you're supposed to go next and which switch to press and what to do, you're going to be constantly stopped. The flow of gameplay is stopped while you have to mash and kill anywhere from 10 to 20 enemies in waves. And you're going to be really tired of seeing these enemies by the end of the game. Why? Why? For the love of Christ, just let me go. Stop blocking me in with these enemy barricades, these enemy gauntlets. Stop. It's not hard. There's no skill required. It's just wasting my time. You feel what I'm saying? Just let me fucking go. If there was something where I could actually turn my brain on and do it, then yeah, it might be a little bit fun. But no. It's tedious. You know what I'm saying? Just let me go. Is it just me? Am I asking a lot here? You know, I'm just mashing one button. They've given you 20 fucking mechanics to use, but you don't need them. You literally just mash X and you win. It's that simple. It's that simple. Not only that, enemy design. Okay, a lot of the enemies have really basic, repetitive patterns. I don't know, you tell me.
You're calling yourself an asshole?
Yeah, I feel like I'm just like slowly evolving into this guy where it's like no game's good enough for him or something. It's not true. There's games I like, but it's just like, it just feels like these last 2 games have been so bad. So, we all know in a lot of games, the enemies have a thing they'll do where they'll have a wind-up, giving the player an indication, right? They'll have a wind-up, and then they'll have a follow-up, and they'll attack you. That's what, like, half of these enemies do. It's like they got the same pattern, a lot of them. Bro, it's so boring getting through the encounters because their wind-up time is so huge. Like, they'll go, they're so vulnerable. You can stagger enemies in the game. So all you gotta do is go up and punch them a couple times and stagger them. The window is so huge. But either way, that's another thing completely. The enemies are just really not all that great. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound had better enemy design and better enemy patterns than this game, for sure. There's no question at all. The boss design. The boss design is good. The bosses, like I said, they're all reasonably challenging. A couple of them gave me a hard time. You know, I can't. Well, my brain's so fried I can't recall exactly, but I'll cut some footage in here of some of the bosses. But the bosses are strong in the game. Really, they are. There might be a couple mid ones or whatever, but by and large, they're strong bosses. They're fun. They're one of the highlights of the game. It's unfortunate that it's the minority of the game, but they are a highlight of the game. And so the game's brought down significantly by the enemy design and the shitty enemy patterns and how boring they are to fight and how often you're forced to fight them in closed encounters, but it's brought back up by strong boss design. And so the bosses aren't like the best bosses I've ever seen, but they're definitely above average. So I'd say overall, we'll split it down the middle and we'll give enemy boss design a 5. But then again, you're facing the enemies a lot more than you're facing the bosses. And it's just so bland. The combat is so mind-numbing. And it's so often. And a lot of that's because of the way the enemies are. But, I don't know, man. It's tough. It's just the enemies. They're so weak. They're just so unremarkable, really. I'll go ahead and give it a 4. Somebody came in chat earlier and told me that I wasn't playing the game. They said that I was complaining about how the game was so easy, but yet they were saying that I wasn't going after the additional challenges that made the game harder. That was the argument. Now, that's an interesting take. Now, listen to that. I don't think your critiques are unfair. I just don't think you're playing the game. He's got to be kidding. You're like the girl that just wants someone to donate to them and send Uber Eats without going on the date. He's got to be kidding. The thing is, all the extra shit to do is totally unnecessary because we don't need to power up anymore. Like, we don't need to get the rewards because they're not necessary. That's my take on it. Like, it's just so easy that you don't need to do any. Why would you put all the work in to go get all the extra shit? It's not required. If the game was like way stepped up in difficulty and we were really struggling, shit, you better believe in a heartbeat I'd be going after that extra stuff. If I'm like, oh, it's going to take 10 minutes of time investment to go to these areas and get these items. I'm like, fuck, 10 minutes is worth a potential 40-minute grind on a boss. I would absolutely do it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the game is cute if you get to know him. Yeah. Stop. Those are weirdly hard to argue against. Okay, you know what? I got a counter argument to that. So in that situation, you know what? If I'm talking to a guy and the game is the guy, you know, it's up to the guy to show initiative. He's being shy right now. He's being standoffish. He's not showing any confidence. I, as a woman, am not attracted to that.
Like he's too afraid to actually like stand for something or like to actually like be different. He's just like generic and just playing it safe the entire time and never like he's just always just like paint by numbers or whatever. You want someone who's actually gonna like do something, you know, like do something interesting and like not be afraid to like express themselves.
Right. He's always asking me what I want for dinner. What do I want to do today? You know, it's all about me all the time, and that's boring. You know, it's like, oh, well, he's giving you all this freedom. You know, he's giving you all this choice. But it's like, yeah, but this is a relationship. This is give and take. This is 50-50. I mean, if he's the one that's allowing me to dominate the entire relationship, then that's just boring. And the only person that'd be into that is somebody that's into subs. Am I right? Not subscriptions, I mean submissives. Oh, this checkpoint doesn't refill your health. But wait a second. You can fast travel between checkpoints, right? And earlier in the game...
Yeah, and it should regenerate your health now.
Let's find out. Ha! But what's the point? You know what? Dude, I'm so fucking done, man. I'm serious. Like, come on. I'm just tired of sounding like an asshole.
Yeah, those
You could say that
awesome.
that mechanic was cute, right?
Yeah, that mechanic was cute. I want to take it on a date. It's committal. It's like, well, hey, babe, I don't think we should get our health refilled here. And then me, the girl, I'm like, no, I want my health refilled. And then the game's like, oh, okay, well, just go ahead and fast travel there and you can have it. And then I'm like, oh, I respect you more, boyfriend, because you just kind of gave me what I wanted the minute I gave you any resistance.
Yeah, so that means she's easy. You don't want someone like that.
Bro, this sounds so sexist. We could flip roles. It's not about the woman or the man. They could be gay. It doesn't matter. Be two men. Have you ever seen or heard about girls on Tinder that won't engage with guys and only answer with okay, yeah, then complain that guys are all boring? This is kind of what you're doing with this game. That's not true. Well, I mean, it's like, I guess, don't. Well, it's hard to argue against, actually. In that analogy. My counter argument to that was, okay, what motivation do I have to go do these additional challenges to power up my character when powering up my character is unnecessary? What's the benefit? I don't have the motivation to do it. And not only that, like, if you go and complete those harder challenges, it's going to make the main level look even easier. I'm telling you, those main levels are easy, bro. The only challenge in them really is just navigating the maze, and I hate mazes. Somebody's running some shit outside. Bro, why is my neighbor mowing the grass at 9 in the morning? Like, she's retired now. It's really annoying. But anyway, but how could a player enjoy a game if it required skill to beat it? Yeah, again, and by the way, I'm not saying that it needs to be brutal. I'm not even saying it needs to be hard. It just needs to be engaging. That's it. And this game, it becomes so tedious, so fast, so long. It's the levels, these huge maps in each level. They're so boring and long. It's too much. But anyway, graphics. So the graphics in the game are good. The hand-drawn art style looks really good. It's got a lot of 6 set pieces in it. The backgrounds are really well drawn. The character models look pretty good. They did a great job with the art. It's really sick because when you use your ninjutsu powers, there's a special animation that comes on screen that it's hand-drawn frame by frame or however they animated it. There's a sick-ass animation that just covers the screen. It looks really good. It's a well-made art style. I was a fan of it. I would give... some of the art looks kind of tacky. That looks like it was drawn by a middle school student.
Bruh.
Like, some of the shit that's drawn doesn't look all that great in my opinion, but by and large it's a unique art style and it looks good. The levels look good, and I'd give the graphics in the game like a solid 8. The cutscenes, I'm trying to even remember. I don't think they do have a few cutscenes, but most of the time when characters are talking, they'll just have like a picture of them pop up on screen with text. So yeah, I'll give the graphics of the game an 8. They're pretty solid. Lizardcube also made the remake for Wonder Boy. I did see that. Oh yeah, I forgot to call that out, by the way. Yeah, so this is Lizardcube. Lizardcube, this is their 3rd game as a company, according to their website. Like you said, they did Wonder Boy, The Dragon's Trap, they did Streets of Rage 4, and then Shinobi, which it just blows me away that they did Streets of Rage 4. Streets of Rage, and then did this. Streets of Rage 4 is outstanding. A great game. It's got so many modes. It's got beautiful art. It plays really well. It starts with a decent amount of challenge. You can scale it up. You can scale it down. It's got the endless challenge mode thing where you kill infinite enemies. It's just really a great game that paid excellent homage to Streets of Rage. And it's a Sega game. Streets of Rage is a Sega game. So obviously Sega liked it and they hired them again to do Shinobi. So that's just so weird to me. Like, why is this the approach you're going to take with Shinobi? Who the fuck asked for a Shinobi Metroidvania wannabe, but they didn't get it quite right kind of game? Let's move on. Mechanics. So the mechanics in the game. Bro, this game is just hard to even talk about. There's just so much shit in this game. It's like, okay. Let's try to think of all the mechanics in the game. You've got the ninjutsu, which is your maximum power-up move that does super cool shit and takes a long time to charge up. You charge it up by killing enemies, and you charge it up by taking damage. You unlock multiple different ninjutsus throughout the game. You've got your Ninpo, which is like a lesser power-up. That charges in these special cells at the top of your UI after you do so much damage. There's many of those. You've got multiple character upgrades, as in you gain new attacks that you buy from the shop. There's a lot of them, and I ended up not buying most of them. I just didn't really buy any. I think I bought one of them or something. You didn't even really need the shop in this game. Again, you don't really need the shop. Checkpoint. Yo, checkpoint. Hell yeah. That's tight. Woo. I don't have to engage with your enemies, and I really don't have to engage with your mechanics. I can just run to the end, you know? Yeah, you don't even need I didn't even go to the shop. And I'm telling you, it's not because I'm trying to be like, oh, I didn't need to go to the shop because I'm disease-free. No, it was like, I didn't go to the shop because it's not required. You saw, there's so many checkpoints. You don't even need the shop. You've got a grappling hook. You've got a double jump. It's like every other new game that's coming out. You got an air dash. You got an invincibility roll. Sound familiar? You've got, well, help me here. What do we have?
What's that little thing that like you use to float in that wind?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Glider? Oh, yeah.
The glider. You've got the air glider. You've got a shuriken attack. You got the wall jump. You got the wall climb. You've got... the list goes on. There is a shit ton of mechanics in this game. You've got enemy stagger, so you can juggle enemies. Enemies get staggered by your attacks, and then you can almost like juggle damage them. Oh, not only that, but enemies have shields. There's a special attack you have to use to deplete their shield. Once that happens, then you can deal normal damage. All the enemies have 2 bars below them. They have a main health bar, and then they have a secondary bar that you fill up as you damage them. And then once that bottom bar is full, you can utilize an execution move that kills them in 1 hit. And when you do that, just like Doom Eternal, literally, they pop out a bunch of health and money power-ups at you. I mean, bro, I'm serious. I know I said Ninja Gaiden Ragebound had a lot of, like, was a little mechanic heavy, but this is, like, a lot of fucking mechanics. Like, really. A lot. The combat's part of the mechanics, right? The combat in this game is very, very solid. It feels good to do. There's a lot of different moves you can do. There's a lot of different secondary attacks that you can buy from the shop. But it just goes back to that problem of when you're beating the same enemies over and over in forced enemy gauntlets and you've been stuck in mazes for hours. You just don't care so much about the combat, especially when the combat's so trivial. When it comes to the checkpoints aren't as liberal as Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, but still somehow the game feels literally just as easy. But you know, it's a lot more boring than Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is easy game, too many checkpoints, blah, 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 but they keep the action moving constantly, and even though in Ragebound there's like large hallways sometimes or large sections where you're just kind of running through enemies, they're still keeping shit moving at a constant clip. Shit's always moving at a constant clip. Not here. Large vacant areas, mazes, boring mazes. Oh, this door is locked. Where do I go? I don't know. Wander around, explore the map. Here, come do our secrets. Come find our secrets. Fuck your secrets. I'm here to play Shinobi, not some fucking rip-off Metroid game that isn't nearly as good. So, the mechanics overall, there's a fuck ton of them. Most of them work really well, but most of them you don't need to use. I think it's too mechanic heavy. It's like too many mechanics because they've crammed so many mechanics in this game that a lot of them you don't really need to use during your entire playthrough, though they do work well. And the movement mechanics are good. Like the parachute is good. The grappling hook is fun, so those are okay. Double jumping, wall jumping, that shit's cool. But the combat mechanics, that's where it starts getting really heavy and it's just too much. So it's kind of like a mixed bag on the mechanics. You know, they're brought up by the quality of them, brought down by the fact the sheer number of them. And it's like overcomplicating a game that's so easy that you don't need most of them. So we'll give it a 5. Wall breaking, including ground breaking too. Oh, that's right. Thanks, Dustin. Yeah, so, yeah, you've also got... It just goes on and on. You've got a... That's the thing about the maps. They're trying to emulate the Metroidvania concept. I forgot to mention that completely. So in the maps, they do give you new abilities like they do in a Metroidvania. You'll go to an area, you gotta find where it is, then they'll give you a new ability that you'll carry with you for the rest of your game. But that specific ability you're gonna need to get you out of that map. So they're trying to emulate that aspect of the Metroidvania as well. Okay, programming. The programming's great. I mean, really, I didn't see any jank in it. I didn't have any jank in it. It is a well-programmed game. I have to give it a 10 because nothing went wrong and the hitboxes worked. So 10. Sound design. So the sound design is actually good. It has 6 sound effects. They have good audio indicators because I talked about those NIMPO cells that fill up. Whenever you have an NIMPO cell fill up, you get a visual feedback. So they'll make this little diamond shine around your character. That's really cool. It's not invasive. It's not distracting. But you'll also hear an audio cue. And that somehow that really stuck in my head because I heard it a lot and it was a cool sound effect. So that was cool. The music, it's like almost like they're doing 3 different genres in the game and they're kind of mixing up tracks. Like they've got these cyberpunk sounding tracks that are good and pretty nice to listen to. They've got like a Streets of Rage tracks, like almost reminiscent of like Streets of Rage 3. That sound good. They were nice to listen to. And then thirdly, they have some kind of Japanese themed kind of songs. Overall, it's a strong soundtrack. I mean, it's not the best I've ever heard. I mean, what's the scale? 10, Mario Galaxy, probably, something like that. 1, probably the basement theme from Resident Evil. So if you're looking at the scale like that, I'd say this music's probably like a solid 7. I mean, I wouldn't listen to any of these songs on a playlist. I listen to a lot of video game music. I probably wouldn't put any of these songs on a playlist and listen to them like on my own time, but maybe a couple of them I might. And so ultimately, I think I'd say the soundtrack's probably a 7. It's strong. It's above average. Would a 20-year-old who has never played Shinobi games see this game differently? I mean, probably yeah. Do you think that was the target group? I just think as a human being and as a player, I think if you just don't even think about Shinobi, if I played this and it had a different name, like Ninja Man, I would be thinking the same thing about it. Maybe I'd be a little less hard on it, maybe a little, because it's not tarnishing Shinobi's legacy, but I still wouldn't get a good review, man. It's just not, it's not fun. The target group, dude, I'm just in the firm belief that whenever somebody makes a retro game like this, the main target group is always the, late 20s to 40s demographic, but they're also hoping to snag as many other dems as they can, and that's why they make these games so ridiculously accessible. It's like they know they're going to capture part of this main demographic, the middle-aged people, But then also they're wanting to hedge their bets and get whoever they can get. So they're trying to make it as accessible as they can, is my guess. But I don't know, man. I'm talking out of my ass here. Seems like it makes sense. I mean, clearly they want to sell the game to as many people as they can. So, I don't know. The fun factor. So the fun factor of this game is low. It was mostly a slog, man. Like I said, man, when you're doing the traditional style sections where you're running through enemies and platforming challenges and doing some light Kaizo stuff, it's good. It's just not nearly enough of it, and it's really just kind of washed away by these super, super large, long, tedious maze levels. So I didn't have fun with it. Now, granted, I beat the whole game in one sitting. That made it more miserable. So maybe I try not to think about it through that lens, but I'd say ultimately the fun factor of the game, when you take the super low stakes, minimal difficulty, tedious, laborious mazes that aren't executed properly, and the endless ongoing gauntlets of enemies that you become trapped in and have to kill the same enemies with basic lame patterns over and over, it just is really a slog. It's unfortunate the boss fights are so good. I'll give it credit for the boss fights. I'll give it credit for the Kaizo sections. I'll give it credit for the good platforming. But we have to weigh the majority of the game, which is the shitty levels. So I'd say ultimately the fun factor of this game for me was really like a 2. I had more fun with Ragebound for sure. And I didn't really care for Ragebound all that much, but it was good enough. I don't know, man. Maybe that's too harsh. Nah, no, it's not. It's 2. It's definitely a 2. I did not have fun on this stream. Neither did chat. Okay, so the final score. So let's go ahead and add it up real quick. 5.3. And then the difficulty. So, I mean, it's an extremely easy game filled with some challenging sections and boss fights. But the main levels, the majority of the game is pretty brain dead. And as complicated as the mechanics are for the combat, real talk, you can button mash your way through the majority of the combat. You really can. It's another brain dead game that is low stakes and requires really minimal effort. I'm not exaggerating with you when I tell you that honestly the most challenging part of this game for me, the most challenging part was navigating these large mazes and just figuring out where the fuck I'm supposed to go. And I lose focus when I get bored like that and I'm just going through mazes. I hate mazes in games. But yeah, I'd say the difficulty is super easy. Plenty of checkpoints, minimal risk. You can fast travel between checkpoints at any time. Whenever you choose to fast travel between checkpoints, it completely refills your health. Just super low stakes. Difficulty of the game, I'd give it a 4. It's about a 4. Like I said, the scale and the difficulty, like really, really hard game, Battletoads, Halo, Legendary, really, really easy game, probably Kirby's Epic Yarn. If you don't have any sleep medication from your doctor, you're having trouble sleeping, just pop in Kirby's Epic Yarn. You'll be asleep in no time. And so I'd say that I give it a 4. That was a really long time to do that review, but I do appreciate it. And that's the final verdict on Shinobi Art of Vengeance. Not sure what kind of... I'm not sure who made the creative decision behind the direction for this game, but ultimately it was a really big letdown for me as a Shinobi fan. Coming from like Shinobi 3, which is really one of the best games that come out on Sega Genesis, honestly, in my opinion. It's extreme. It's like almost like a perfect game, in my opinion, Shinobi 3. Coming from that, after all these years, resurrecting the franchise in a retro style, and we get this, it's just a huge letdown. Kinkerbell, now I know you didn't see much of the game, so if you don't want to give your verdict, you don't have to, but did you have anything to say about, this game? Shinobi?
We go into a game like this expecting an action platformer, and you got completely blindsided by Metroidvania mechanics, and look what happened. You missed that one little switch, that one piddly little thing, and we had to go look up a fucking walkthrough to figure it out. I don't feel like that belongs in a Shinobi game.
I agree. Okay. Teo, are you with us?
I'm here.
Okay. It's good to have you. It's been so long, Teo. Oh my god, what the hell just happened? Here we are. Okay.
It has. It's been a while.
Yeah. Okay, Teo. It's been since I think the last verdict you were in was possibly Halo Legendary. I'm so proud of you. Thanks, man. I don't think anybody thought I was going to be able to do that. I'm
I
not
knew
even...
you can do it. It's just that I didn't think it was gonna take you this long.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, fair enough.
He had to learn how to play the game. Like,
man, look at that, dude. That's a dude that I look like fucking death, bro. Anything you'd like to say about what you saw of Shinobi Art of Vengeance as a game?
yeah, I'd say they tried bringing back the ninja, and it was nothing short of a modern masterpiece.
Yeah, a modern work of art. It was beautiful.
Every ninpo blast was like a blast from the past, and it was like a ninja ballet.
Yeah, it was.
That's a lot of ninpo.
That is a lot of ninpo. Do you know what ninpo means?
I'm guessing it probably means ninja. I don't know, actually.
No, it's actually the Japanese word for grapefruit.
Wow. Okay, that's definitely the best part of the game.
Yeah.
Because grapefruit
Is
that's chill. I love grapefruit.
It is. Grapefruit and a piece of toast in the morning.
I think they should have called the game just Shinobi Grapefruit.
Shinobi Grapefruit Ninja.
Yeah. That if they had called it that, I would have given this game maybe a 9 out of 10, but they didn't, so I'm gonna have to give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay. 6 out of 10?
Could have been a grapefruit.
Could have been a grapefruit.
Ended up being a communion wafer.
Thanks, chat. Sorry. We'll have a better one next time. Thank you, Bits and Beer. Thank you, Risefall. Broken, I love you. Retro. Teo, it was really great to have you back in voice chat again, man. I missed hanging out with you dramatically, and you as well, Kinker. It's cool having... It's a combo we don't get often, Kinker, Bill, and Teo. So it was fresh. It was good.
It's true. It's true. This is a rare treat, you could say.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys later.
All right. We'll see you in the next one.
Good seeing y'all again. Take care.
Bye.
Sweetie baby, go to sleep, sweetie baby. Oh, sweetie baby, go to sleep, sweetie baby.